It's going. It's on.
Holy free holies.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
So this'll let me just double check the screen here. And we'll give people some time to.
I hope my narcolepsy doesn't kick in.
Oh, were you doze off?
Yeah. I just shut my eyes for a little bit. Hopefully I'm okay. But if I'm not, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'll do, but bear with me.
It is like one of those days where you do just want to like curl up and take a nap.
I'm like that in general. I have these bouts with just being tired. I've had them for a long, long time, and the worst is if I'm like in a not so much if I'm like over your mom's house or something. Like we eat usually, and I'm tired of that. I'm getting older. But even before all that, even when I was younger, like if I'm in a meeting, like and it's boring and it has nothing to do with me, like or it's gonna take like an hour to get to whatever I have to do with the meeting.
Right.
My brain goes, "Oh, you don't need to be here," and I'll just start shutting down. And
It'll just shut out. Yeah.
And I can't help it. I can't. And even though I know I shouldn't be, blinking out and everything, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Sometimes you just get sleepy. All right, so Jennifer Delaney says, hey guys. Hey,
Hello,
Jennifer.
Jennifer. How are you?
And then Captain Cleveland says, how do?
Captain Cleveland.
And hopefully you're feeling better, Miss Jennifer.
Yes.
She was under the weather recently.
Well, I hope you're over the weather now.
We're starting up a few minutes early just to give people some time. We did share on the Mummy and the Monkey Facebook fan page that we were going live on YouTube today at 6 o'clock. For our Living the Scream podcast. So we're going to officially start the podcast in a few minutes.
You let me know when you want me to do that and I'll do it.
Are you going to take a nap in the meantime?
I should. Maybe.
There you go.
Don't start that. Forget that some of it. A lot of it. No,
Jennifer says, I just wanted to let you know I'm going to have surgery tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. Well,
I hope everything goes smoothly and you rest up. And you just let yourself heal. You focus on healing.
Good vibes. Good healing vibes.
Healing
good
vibes
mojo.
Your way, Jennifer. Yeah, I hope everything goes well for you.
Yes, of course we do, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is chilly in here, so I've got my hoodie on. I'm sipping my tea.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I'm casual today.
Casual Decay.
Yeah, we've got Bobby Harvey Jr. here.
Oh, hey, Bobby.
Hey, Bobby. Hey guys, our regulars. Yeah, so some things we can discuss, lots to discuss behind the scenes for Living the Scream, our podcast here.
It's going to be a good one. Got lots of stuff to talk about, and I'm just going to let some of those cats out of some bags, that's all.
It'll be fun.
It's going to be fun.
Meow. Don't keep Earl in a bag.
Oh, never. No, I mean metaphorically.
I know, I'm kidding.
Do that to our baby boy.
I'm kidding.
No way.
Tom McCann is here. Tom says, hello, Mummy and the Monkey. I wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Tom.
Happy Turkey Day to you, too.
Yeah, hopefully you guys have a good holiday week, a good turkey day.
Well, it's ramping up. I mean, we got everybody prepping. I'm sure the stores are going to be crazy next couple days.
Mm-hmm. And
the grocery stores.
We have to get some last minute stuff tomorrow.
Yeah, we're definitely going to.
Some desserts
be in the fray of it all tomorrow.
Some ingredients.
Yep, just basic stuff.
Some basics.
Have just a small get together or bubble, whatever. And
yeah, just having a few people over.
Family and friends is small.
Yeah.
And then of course the show Friday, our Black Friday special, ugly PJ party.
Yeah.
Or whatever we're gonna call it. Excuse me. And got to run the movie through the old rigmarole machine and see what goes on with that. See if it pans out okay.
Yeah. So we could probably make a movie announcement tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll upload it into YouTube to make sure it's kosher for YouTube.
Immediately following this show.
And then we can announce it. Yeah, once it's all good there.
But,
all right, so let's just introduce ourselves now and get started. And then if you guys missed the live stream, that's okay. You can watch this replay too.
The on-live stream.
Yeah.
But hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of
Living the Scream! The behind the scenes of the Mummy and the Monkey. We are resellers by day, horror hosts by night.
That's right.
On Friday nights, we give you B-movie fright.
That's right. Wow. Where'd you pull that one out? I don't want to...
Out of my dupa, just now.
All right, that's good. I like the rhyming. And yeah, so it is what's the date? November
22nd.
Is it the 22nd?
It's the 22nd. That's
it is
what the
Monday.
computer says.
You're right, Monday the 22nd.
It's Monday,
I thought
Monday,
it was Sunday,
Monday.
strangely enough.
You know, it feels like another Sunday.
But yeah, it's
It
Monday, November 22nd, a few days away from the big Turkey Day, which, man, I can't believe is just already here. That means Christmas isn't far behind, but thanks.
Wow. Yeah.
But like everyone else out there, we're just getting ready for the holidays, and a lot of people party the night before on a Wednesday. They party like crazy.
Wednesday's a big party day for
and
some
then
people.
Thursday's recovery day, eating turkey and watching movies.
We did that once where we went out Wednesday one year, and never again will I do that.
I remember that. That wasn't good.
That was not good. The next day, it just made Thanksgiving unpleasant.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I don't need to do that anymore.
And I'm the one who cooks all day on Thanksgiving, so I gotta be spry for that.
I do help with the cooking.
Yeah.
For Thanksgiving. I'm not normally a good cook, but we do have a Thanksgiving turkey recipe that we have used certain 11 herbs and spices.
A tried and true one that
so they have a nice yummy moist turkey.
Yeah, and it involves the mayonnaise, the slathering of the mayonnaise.
Yeah.
So there's the mayonnaise
and an oven bag to keep the moisture in.
Ingredients and spices that go into the rub, and then we just we coat the turkey with the
mayo,
with the magic mayo rub.
Yes.
And it works like a charm. Actually, turns out really well.
And then basic side dishes like your yams, corn, green beans, and then just basic stuff.
Stuffing, rolls. Cranberry sauce.
The can of cranberry jello.
Which is even more delicious later that night when I'm watching King Kong. I can't wait to watch King Kong that night.
That's going to be, I'm looking forward to that week. The weekend after Thanksgiving, I just want to relax.
That's supposed to, we're really going to try to do nothing but chill.
And then the following Monday, the Monday after Thanksgiving is Cyber Monday when allegedly everyone shops online.
Which is funny because...
So we hope... that might bring us more sales on eBay.
Which is odd because that term, cyber, was used for something else totally different in the beginning, early stages of the interwebs.
Yes, that used to be a dirty word.
It was basically having cyber sex with somebody. And they would just call it cyber for short.
Yikes.
But now it's just, I don't know why that
I guess over time it just wasn't, they just decided that wasn't like a dirty word.
It just didn't. I don't know. It caught on that well, and now it's just Cyber Monday. Well, I don't know Cyber Monday. What am I missing?
But now, I think they created that term before the smartphones, because now you could shop on your phone all the time. Yeah. Like all these devices now could go online. But I think maybe when that terminology was made, that's when you would, sign into your computer.
Leave it to me to bring that up.
And log into AOL or whatever.
I was going to say something else because my mind goes off.
Yeah. Don't.
But I have to censor myself. If I remember, I'll tell you later. It sounded like you said something else when you said AOL.
AOL.
Yeah.
AOL.
Think about it.
Stop it. Oh, Naoko's here. Hello, Miss Naoko.
We were just talking about her mentioning Naoko. We had lunch today with a friend and a guy that I do work for, storyboarding for. He's the co-owner of a independent movie place. Worked for Disney, all kinds of stuff. He's a really cool guy. Got to meet him for the first time today. Yeah. And he was asking us about who watches us and the viewership. And we told him, Janet has all run down the specs and the numbers. And we mentioned our fan in Japan, Naoko. And and
then we have some fans in Australia, and we know of one fan in Japan. So thank you, Naoko.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about various stuff, but that was so
Yeah, it was just nice to meet with.
Oh, that was
your
good.
filmmaker friend.
Yeah, that was really, really fun, and
Your friend and associates.
And we talked about maybe getting an interview with him, so for the show. So who knows?
That'd be cool.
And special guest stars coming in. Wow, this must be Monday because
go pick up Earl.
Guess who's here?
Go pick him up.
It's the one, the only. It's Early O. Oh my God, Earl.
Here's Earl.
Say hello to everybody, Earl.
Crypt Kitten Earl.
Hey, Earl.
He just strolled on in.
What are you doing, my man?
He won't last long.
No, here he goes, Boop. He's not a lab cat.
He's like, I'm on a mission.
He's more of a neck cat. He'll lay on your neck at night, plop all his 15 pounds on you, and try to choke you out.
Yeah, he'll try to choke you in your sleep.
Right, buddy boy, come here.
Because he wants you to wake up and feed him. He'll lay on you at 3 in the morning wanting breakfast. All right, so This podcast is now derailed and all over the place.
Of course.
It's
girls happen.
half horror or half reselling chat, half horror host chat. So let's get into the reselling side of it, and then we could talk about other stuff.
Yeah, that was just the chewing the fat chat. Now we're going to get on to serious business.
Yes.
All right.
Hi,
Go.
Earl.
So you can start with the eBay stuff. There's a lot to cover.
I'm busy scratching Earl's butt.
See, you're derailed now.
I know, he's so distracting.
Ugh, early out.
So reselling, eBay. That's all I got to say about that.
Well,
no, there's more to say about that.
Oh, that's it?
No, it's there's some good, there's some bad, there's some ugly. This time 2 years ago.
How about the good, the bad, and the fugly?
And this time last year, my sales were way better. My theory is eBay's making too many changes to their site, and it's affecting the search engines. It's affecting the visibility of people's items.
Mm-hmm.
It's affecting how people can easily find items that they're looking for. Then on top of that, we're coming, I think we're hoping, I think we're coming out of a pandemic where people feel more comfortable going out shopping.
Well, things have opened up more for people.
More things have opened up. They feel more comfortable going out.
Even though there's a supply shortage of things, but there's a ton of stuff.
They're still going out. I'm still seeing a lot of stuff at the stores.
I know, I'm just joking.
I don't really see much of a shortage, honestly.
Now we have Louie is here. Hello, hey Lou.
Guest spot Louie.
Wow, all the kitties are visiting.
But,
hey Lou.
Yeah, I'm seeing, like, it's not what it used to be because this weekend I only had like 6 orders going out. Usually around the holidays, on one weekend I might have 20 to 30 packages going out.
Whoa.
So I remember a couple of years ago taking pictures on my phone, sharing it on Facebook, you know, that we had all these packages going out. And I'm not seeing that right now.
That volume. But
yeah, I'm not seeing that volume. And I think last year might have also messed things up when we had this massive like wait time at the post with the postal service with USPS, where someone would order an item and they would get it 3 months later. And a lot of packages were going missing, or they took a lot longer than what they should. And I think maybe more people were just going out to the stores and buying things earlier rather than order online. Mm-hmm. And they're afraid of whether or not the package will arrive. So I don't think the U.S. Postal Service really helped with this either. I think it could be like a combination of things. Mm-hmm. It could also be maybe the things that I thought would sell aren't selling anymore. Maybe the cool vintage stuff that I thought was cool isn't cool enough for other people to buy. Maybe I need to look into other categories and see what is moving faster, to see what I need to source to be a better seller.
Do you think the Grinch has anything to do with it?
Maybe the Grinch did it. Yeah.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. He got all computer savvy.
So it has me like reevaluating everything to think like, okay, how can I get back up to the numbers where I used to be? Because I have goals of, I want to be at this level and I'm still like down here at this level with the sales. Mm. And it's like driving me crazy because, you know, you think you know, like, oh, this is good. I've sold it before. I'll pick this up at the thrift store and put it on eBay. I've sold it before. It should sell again. And no.
Well, commerce.
Or it sells very slow where it takes months and months and months.
Well, commerce in general is like anything. It has, it fluctuates. And some things are, you know, more popular at different times, yada, yada, yada. Something that sold good last week might not so good the next week. You know, so unless you stay on top of all that stuff, mm-hmm. like analytically, like some other people that we know. Yeah. They look, I would look at that stuff and go, man, these people are paying way too much attention. But that is exactly what you have to see is if they're getting results, if the people that do the same type of thing, if they follow the trends, and if they're doing that and their sales are fine, then they're doing something right. Right. They're not going, well, this sold good last year, but so it should sell good. No, that's not necessarily true. And postal rates are high. And the postal rates keep going up. And there's no way around that.
We have some YouTube friends in Canada that look for antiques and vintage and they buy things. And sometimes they resell it, but they don't sell things online because their postage is so high. It might be like that here in the States one day where the postal rates will be too high for us to even sell online. where I might have to sell things locally or pursue a different revenue stream.
And a crazy thing came out of my mouth today. I asked if we should maybe think about opening up another brick and mortar store.
It does make me wonder sometimes, but at the time when I closed the brick and mortar store, sales weren't good, and it wasn't enough to keep the store open.
Right.
And on top of that, I was having issues with the people
let's
who
say if
owned...
everything was right,
Yeah. So,
but
I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
But you were having problems with the building's owner, but that was something that could be avoided next time. I mean, we'd have to do our due diligence
to find a decent place where you're going to have heat and air conditioning and not mice pooping on things.
Speak to former tenants and see what kind of issues they had with the, really do our homework.
Yeah, and I don't, so we're just trying to figure out, like, what could be our next moves if this persists. I'm hoping eBay will improve. Maybe they'll get rid of their CEO. Maybe they'll make the changes to get to be what they used to be. Because their sales, eBay in general, the whole site is down 5% from what we've heard.
What about that 10% number?
Oh, was it 10%?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's
so
big.
The whole site is down in general, and that's not good. They're like one of the third or fourth biggest online selling sites, online platforms.
Well, okay. So what this is what I'll say. So some very we used to listen to a podcast called Scavenger Life. We don't listen to them anymore because they don't do it anymore. But when they were a couple who started out doing eBay full time, and they did okay. I mean, they had a number they had to hit to cover their bills and to save and everything. They had everything budgeted out. But then within the last 5 years, or maybe even a little bit longer, they were buying real estate. They bought a few buildings or something like that.
Well, they
got to Airbnb.
They started out selling on eBay, and then they set money aside to invest in property.
Yeah.
So then they had 2 Airbnb rental homes, and that was bringing in income. And then they invested in a third property in a commercial building, and now they partnered with people and they sell coffee. They have a coffee shop. And then I believe the building might even have additional space to rent office space.
Right, and they sell the coffee locally and online. So they've kind of parlayed. eBay got them the seed money to do other things and not just put all their eggs in one basket.
Yes, so even though and that's something I've been wanting to do.
Right.
But I wanted to be at a certain level to do that with
I understand
what was coming in sales wise.
But that's probably
to actually invest in property or invest in something that's gonna gonna bring in money in the long run, or be a good
a better investment. Than something that sells now. It doesn't sell. So it's just because eBay can only take you so far. I think at certain levels.
Yes.
Unless you get into some mass stuff, which you can do with Amazon. If you're
there are some people who have a whole warehouse. They bought a whole warehouse.
They talk about Rally Roots type people.
Yeah, like Rally Roots from YouTube. They're out of Florida, and they have a whole warehouse. They bought property. They had a building built. They have thousands and thousands of pieces in their eBay store. They even have helpers that help them. So they're on a big level where they're next level with their business.
And they mostly resell. I don't think they do anything else but resell, right?
No, they mostly resell. They may have done other things. I don't know.
But they make money off their YouTube. They get tens of thousands of YouTube hits. They have lots of subscribers, so they make revenue off of doing YouTube as well.
Yeah.
So and we're trying our hardest to build that up too. We're trying to figure out what we're not doing or what we need to do to attract more viewers and to get more subscribers. Which just by watching this show. You can earn a living or make some sort of income, but that all is based on...
You mean just by making a show, not by watching?
No, by them watching without even buying anything. If people just watch.
When you watch our videos, that helps support our channel. So thank you guys.
That counts for so the views and
it counts as a view. It counts as an audience.
That's what I mean. So to watch this anything on YouTube is pretty much free.
It's free, but when you watch other people's YouTube videos, it does support their channel.
It can build
because of the ad revenue when you let the ads run.
And the more eyes, the better for you. What's going on in the chat?
Okay, so we have some comments.
Okay.
Naoko goes, how long was the store open? So I had a 3 years. I had a 3-year lease where I was renting a store, and it was a little resale shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a 3-year.
It was 3 years. Yeah.
Experience.
They say it takes 3 years to establish a business, then comes the profits.
You gave up just before.
Well, I had a 3-year lease, and when the lease ended, when I was done renting, I didn't renew the lease. I left. I closed it.
Think about this too. I mean,
but I've been selling online for full time for 4 years.
Yeah, and that's interesting. An equation or a formula. But the only problem with that is that, and there was no way that anyone knew this. The fourth year would have been the COVID year when COVID broke.
Yeah, the lease ended January of 2020. So 2 months after that, so March of 2020 is when the
lockdowns
is when the pandemic was starting in the United States and getting kind of spreading everywhere.
So in my opinion, the shop would have shut down for sure during that, whether if it was still going.
Yeah.
It would have been bad. We would have been stuck in a lease with nobody coming in.
It would have been even worse
of the lockdown.
if I renewed that and stayed there. No, it would have been even worse.
Would the profits
for
have
sure
started? Who knows? I don't know.
It wouldn't have. No, because that last year we were doing okay online.
Yeah.
Sales were up a little bit.
Right, Louie?
Grandpappy says, Happy Thanksgiving, Janet and James. Happy Thanksgiving, Grandpappy.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Jackie. She says, have a great Thanksgiving, everyone. Hi, Jackie. Thanks for watching and hanging with us. Captain Cleveland says, location, location, location. Yes-ish, yeah. But cost, your overhead cost.
Well, yeah.
You want to be in a good location, but then you also need to make sure you can cover.
Parking too. We
didn't have a parking. The store didn't have parking. We had street parking.
The place it was located is kind of lousy for parking, and it's no one's fault. It's just the way the place is built.
The way the city is. City parking.
But then again, I don't know. Well, anyway, but yeah, location, and that's true too. And I think the reason why we had so many problems with the building is because it was cheap, but with that, I think that's what you get. You're not going to get. If you get those problems with a $2,000 a month lease, which we didn't have, that's really, really disheartening. But it was. But
if I had a lease that high, I couldn't do it. I'd be in debt.
Let's say technically, if you could do it, you might have less problems because you're talking about a better building and a better spot. But we, the spot we were is very, urban. That was
urban.
It was in the city.
It's in a city area.
Yeah, it's very more urban than it was suburban.
Yeah. It was in a city area that had parking meters. It didn't have a parking lot. Yeah. I'm like,
no,
words.
They did, but it was in the back, and it was there were apartment buildings above.
It wasn't for public. It wasn't a public parking lot.
So
that's what I'm talking about.
No, we could park there. Even though it does have a.
Well, and there was no room.
No. They were all slotted to people.
So it was just blah.
It was just
It was a learning experience.
For sure, we would never do that again.
Something I wanted to at least give a try and see how it would go, and now I know how it went.
Yeah.
Roast Beef says, Happy Thanksgiving and thank you for signing the DVD of Night of the Living Dead I ordered a few weeks back from your eBay store. Most awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for ordering that.
Yeah, so, but we're not giving up, obviously. eBay is still, there's really no way to turn around once you start that thing, unless you just want to start all over or start working a square job again.
Yeah, so,
which we don't want to do.
There's all these different factors, so I need to just reevaluate things and do my homework to see what is selling on there right now and what I need to look for. Yeah. And maybe get rid of some things that haven't been selling.
That's for sure.
And maybe just change the inventory out. Maybe I need to do something else.
What's up, Lou?
I also have
scratch your face.
Aw. Some vintage other toys I need to go through. Maybe I need to get more into the collectible toys.
Smaller things that weigh less and cost more.
Collectible toys and action figures, dolls, that type of thing. Maybe some more of that because those seem to sell from time to time. Yeah. You guys about to break through show and sales combo.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's like, you know, you look at your phone like, oh, did I sell anything overnight?
Oh, I wake up every morning.
Nothing. A goose egg. No sales. And
Look
you're
at-
like,
yeah.
you just feel like real discouraged.
Although, now,
like,
we can go to some of that. We can talk about some stuff we sold lately and then some stuff we bought to sell.
I bought something to keep.
Where's that at?
Can you find them?
I don't know. I couldn't even imagine what you might be talking
I
about.
bought something really cool today that's really big, and
The white skeleton in the room.
he's here. You could see him. Where is he? Do you guys?
Very visible.
Did you guys see what I bought? I bought this guy. I mean, come on. How can you not buy a giant skull, right?
Everyone says Janet has a big head. So
Yeah.
there
Here
you
we go. Woo!
That's what we all look like underneath.
But yeah, I got him for $15 and I'm like, I need this in my life.
You almost didn't buy it. You almost put it back.
I was on the fence about it because I'm like, do we have room for this guy?
Of course we do.
And you're
Well,
like,
I'm
just
sorry, but-
buy him. He's cool. I'm like, yeah, he is cool. So yeah, I have a giant skull now.
Lou.
I think this was originally, if I had to guess, probably Home Depot, because Home Depot was selling those giant skeletons and real giant like yard decorations.
Yeah, for people with big yards and stuff.
Yeah, so I think he might have been like a giant yard decoration. But I love him. He's cool. I named him Scully. Not very original, but you know. No, you didn't.
I did say Scully.
Did you really say
Mulder and
Scully?
Scully.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, it's okay.
Originally, I was going to call him Boris, but then you said Mulder and Scully, and I'm
I
like,
said-
yeah, his name
I
is
said-
Scully.
I said Scully. That's not a more original.
Okay.
Get up for a second, buddy. I gotta show some people some stuff. Yeah, I
So what did you find? So we had to run some errands today. We met up with some really cool people. Shout out to Carl. We did meet up with Carl.
What's up, Carl?
But yeah,
How's Carl?
and then of course we had to stop at a Goodwill because
Yeah, just for a little while.
because it's kind of like, have you guys ever seen those Santos movies about the luchador wrestler
No, but just explain it.
where he's
I have.
he's like a detective solving crime, but then he's also wrestling.
I gotta see where this is going.
It'll randomly cut to like a wrestling scene, even though it had nothing to do with whatever he's doing.
As a match pops up.
So it's kind of like comparing him randomly wrestling to us randomly thrifting. Like we thrift like how some people sneeze. We just we have to go. It's something we have to
What's
do.
our job?
And it is a job, but I was trying to be funny about it.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a really, really roundabout way, but that's okay.
I'll shut up.
We love you though, anyway. I found at that same Goodwill records, which I like to look at media. Media is an interesting thing to get involved with, and probably a good idea if you're doing eBay because it's records, tapes, cassettes, DVDs, CDs. Number one, they're small, they're light, and they're easy to ship. Pretty much. Records are a little more complicated, but I haven't had a problem yet. But they're also covered under what's called media mail, which is really, really pretty cheap. I mean, you're talking about up to certain pounds and dimensions, like $3 or $4.
Yeah,
You know,
the media mail rates are still cheap, thank goodness, because
And just a few years ago, they're like $2.98 for something big. Now it's like almost $4.
like $3 something.
But that's still cheap because anything that's over a pound and a certain dimension, when it's like over first class or getting the priority mail, you're talking about anywhere from 8 to 15 on up. I mean, some stuff scares me when I get ready to put on the setting dimensions when it says we'll ship from $15 to $65 shipping. Like, no one's gonna buy this.
Yeah.
The item is $40 and it costs $50 to ship. Anyway, that's why I'm getting far away from that stuff unless it's really expensive.
Well, you're very into the like selling media. Like you're way into like selling music, rare CDs, rare VHS. You're like really good with really honing in on those categories.
Well, I've looked at thousands of records and tapes and
maybe
CDs
I need to
and
do that
movies.
too and just switch to media.
You can find some gems. I'm telling you, it's really interesting, and some stuff I found I couldn't even believe, and I never even heard of, but I knew it was going to be good. That's all I could tell. And then when I look it up, I'm like, yeah, see that. But there was some really interesting mid '80s like synth pop electronica type of music that they had there. Bands I've never heard of, but when I looked up the comps, I pulled a stack out, and this is what I came up from the stack. These things are probably, I'd say, between you know, maybe $12, which isn't a lot of money, but these were only $2. So $12, between 12 and $50, these things, some of these will go for.
Nice.
And some of I just bought to listen to. I never heard the brakes.
Do you think those stickers will peel off okay?
I'll use my heat gun and or my heat gun, the hair dryer.
Oh, the hair dryer.
And I'll loosen up the adhesive and they'll peel off easily. Should. Deborah Allen, never heard of her, but this one's like, you know, maybe $15 on a good
Totally rad, like 1980s stuff.
House of Freaks. Again, these things I've never heard of, but they're interesting sounding.
It looks like most of them were like $2.
Yeah, fashion. Again, for that one. Shy Talk. That sounds kind of familiar, but I don't know if it's anything. But this one's the one that was kind of decent. Maybe $20, $25. The Lover Speaks. That's called. Never heard of it, but it has a couple of good comps on it. Tuesday Blue. You know, $15, $20. This is the one that's going to be, and I knew this was going to be good. Comedian Sandra Bernhard, I'm Your Woman. This one is like maybe $30 to $40.
Oh, nice.
And the records, I checked them all. The actual vinyl record is in great condition.
Comedian albums, I notice, seem to do well.
They can, if they're the right, a lot of them are.
It has to be the right comedian or the right album, but.
Yeah. And Hurrah, again, looks like Husker Du or something like that. And Sky. Hurrah?
I don't know who that is.
Me either.
A lot of those I don't know who they are.
When I scanned in, this is a demo one too. They have a demo gold stamp. But this one I scanned it in, it's like $25, but there are only a couple of British sales, so there's no copies available here.
So maybe they were more popular. Maybe this is stuff that was more popular, like in the UK
Could be,
and Europe.
Or maybe, you know, now they have a US seller, maybe I'll get the same amount.
Maybe.
I bought this the other day at a different Goodwill, and I found out that it's a wooden sign.
Watch out for Lou.
I know, I'm gonna put it on my knee. It's a Muay Thai sign.
Oh, okay.
It probably hung up in a gym, I'll bet her. I don't know if outside or inside of a gym. I'm thinking inside because this paint feels a little dry. But I'll buy weird stuff like this. This is like $7 because it's just interesting. It's hand done, and maybe somebody will. I mean, you always hope somebody will want it.
Yeah.
But it's so unique, and you know, it might actually sell for a surprising amount of money, which I'm gonna try for $100.
But the shipping.
Well, it'll be fine. Number one, the shipping will be is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, if someone really wants it and it's unique enough, then they're going to pay the shipping.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's one of those things. It's not like
it looks, you know, unique.
Yeah,
it looks different.
It just has that
feeling about it. And you've sent out some art pieces before. You seem like you've sold some good art stuff before.
Something about that I like.
Yeah.
It's a hand painted sign. It's not a reproduction. It was for some, you know, obviously some fighting studio, which is kind of neat. And it could be I'm going to guess it could be 70s, but I don't know. There's no data, and I have no way to date it.
Yeah.
And it's not my type anyway to date. Just kidding. Now, let's talk about stuff that sold.
Yeah, now what did you sell recently?
I sold...
We saw your comic book art video.
We're going to get to that in a second.
Yeah, we put up a whole video regarding his comic book art.
But this just sold on the way home when we were in the driveway there. You heard a cha-ching on my phone.
Yeah.
This is a Scooby-Doo. You know, a Christmas dancing, talking with no batteries in it yet. But I bought this last year. It sold for $99.
Nice.
Not bad.
That Scooby-Doo's
$99? Yeah.
So what makes him so spendy?
Here's the crazy thing.
Like why?
This is not uncommon.
Tell me. Sell them to me.
This is one of those things if you're an eBayer out there or collect or like to resell and stuff.
Okay.
Christmas stuff, okay?
Okay.
All year round, yes. But anything kind of mechanical, not anything, but a lot of things that are mechanical, either put out by Hallmark.
That are singing or dancing.
Yeah. There was
battery operated, those kind of little kitschy toys.
And it's Scooby-Doo. And so he's got
Would that be considered a toy or more of a decoration?
It's a plush decoration, and there's a lot of stuff like this out there.
Okay, so it's more of a decoration.
Yeah, and then you get through Scooby, he's got to be soft, right? You could this could be vinyl too, but it would be more expensive, I think, to manufacture. But last year, another cool thing I found was it looked like an old vintage microphone.
Yeah.
And it was a way to call the North Pole. It was a Hallmark ornament that had like sounds on it. It was like a Santa locator, Santa communicator. Looked like nothing to anybody. It was sitting on the shelf at a thrift store.
Yeah.
I think I bought it for a few bucks. It sold for like $60 or something, or maybe 75. I forget.
That's great.
But it's stuff that that people look for around Christmas time. And
I have sold vintage Christmas, so I do get people like to collect their holiday stuff.
But you sold not too long ago a bunch of that. What was that glass? Those ornaments?
Mercury glass.
Mercury glass.
Mercury glass ornaments that I bought like a bunch of vintage Christmas stuff from the flea market probably in August from a vendor that we frequently buy from. And I paid $20 for the lot, and then the mercury glass ornaments, some of those went for around $60.
You did all.
Because I wasn't sure on the exact value of some of them, and because some of them, like the paint was chipped, they had some age to it. They looked a little beat up. I put them on auction, and the one lot went for $60. I think the others went for like $20.
Such a great for a little bit of money.
And then there was like a little elf musical box thing. It was like a vintage little elf, like the elf on the shelf, but older than that. I think that alone went for like $45.
So what was how much you have in that?
I paid $20 into that, and then I was able to. I think I made. I made some money on it.
And those sold at least a month before this date, a while back.
Most of them sold like in October, yeah.
So people shopped early for their Christmas
because
stuff.
they wanted to buy early so they could start decorating.
No, we're not moving to those Christmas blow molds. I thought these would be gone by now, but
yeah, we still have the Christmas blow molds, and I don't know. I guess if they don't sell, we'll just decorate our own yard and make it look real tacky.
Yeah, for under $100, I think we have all these blow molds. And okay, so let's talk about the comic book art. So this is stuff I've had for a while. I bought for a song at the time, probably in the mid-90s, late 90s, original comic book art, which looks like this. If you haven't seen it, here's an original comic book page from a Marvel 2-in-1 starring the Fantastic Four's The Thing. He would team up with different superheroes.
A little bit closer, and then add an angle.
Am I getting the glare from the...
There's a glare from the ring light thingy.
Yeah. Is it kind of looking okay?
Yeah, I mean, people get the idea.
And, there's their printed comic book page.
So there's the page.
I put
you can see like what issue that's from, and then the big white page is what the artist actually put together for the book.
So that's all pencils and inks on, and then they kind of they get it ready for reproduction. It's colored, and then it's put into a template, and they print it, right, comic book. Well, I had another page from the same comic book, that I pulled out that was actually just laying around. Unfortunately, but I had it protected. It was just I just didn't do anything with it.
Right.
Had it for decades now, and I put it up a couple days ago. I put it on eBay for $1,500, just without. I did a little research on it. That was the price I thought it could. It maybe talk me down from that if it's too high, and overnight it sold for $1,500
because they're that rare. But you did recently join, what is it called, Heritage Auctions,
which
so you were able to check
you scared me a little bit because
you scared me because I'm thinking if it sold that fast for $1,500, no questions, just like that, maybe he underpriced it.
That's
I was afraid of him underpricing that and then losing out on money that could have been made. So you had to do additional research just to make sure that you had it priced. But compare it, at an okay price that you were comfortable with.
But a deal's a deal. That's why I put it up for. The person wanted. They paid for it right away.
So you did. I did send it out.
But so joining the Heritage Auctions was nice because I had a little bit of.
Nayoko's asking who the artist is.
Oh, George Perez.
George Perez.
Perez. George. Yes. He did Teen Titans. The original comic book, not the original comic, the '60s one. He did the revamp in I think in the early '80s. They came back with Cyborg and Raven. He created all those characters. He and Marv Wolfman, who wrote the book. And my brother and I were big fans of that book growing up. But George Perez did the art for this particular comic. I guess highly sought after. I mean, I'm totally familiar with George, and that's why I bought this art originally because it was so cool to own a piece of his art, which I have two. Well, now I have one, I lost my train of thought there. But So, about the auction house. So,
yeah, so now you can research things on the auction house.
And I did, and I had a moment. There were some pages from the same actual series of books, the Marvel 2-in-1 that George drew, that went for $400 at auction now. But the crazy thing is, the real money is in the comic book covers. Original comic book cover art is insane. There were some, because I put in George Perez, and so some of the covers he worked on for that book and some other ones, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 for one page.
Insane pricing. So with certain things, so like the original comic book stuff, rare, like older comic books that are maybe harder to find. Some video games now, the prices on retro video games, some of those are going through the roof because lately there are these companies that will grade them. And now it's more like when you buy it, it's an investment piece. So
yes,
you can get something graded and it's sealed in this, fancy case, and then you buy it and then it could go up in value later on. You could buy something hypothetically and then resell it for even a higher value because you're investing in it. And that's what a lot of people are doing right now. Even with sealed, like some VHS tapes, it's like really, I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, and the person that bought this, we'll just say that it was interesting where they were located and what they do for a living. So it's like, yeah, this is definitely an investment. It's original art.
We'll just say someone from Hollywood bought it.
Yeah, it's original artwork. Now this is almost like having a painting by an original painting.
Yes.
This can be used and put in a vault.
Mm-hmm. So I could see this person
graded everything,
getting it graded, having it like as an investment piece, or being like a broker to sell it to some other collector. Yeah, so I could see that,
And maybe that's what I'll look into, because I got a few other pieces of stuff laying around here that I had, now that I know this, and I've seen other artists and things like that I have.
Yeah.
But man, I know people that have had collect a lot of it, and I can't imagine what they're sitting on if they sell it now. Or
gold mine.
It's crazy. But that was a surprise.
Gold.
And in the world of eBay, that just goes to show that it's not how much you have up, it's what you have up. I put that up in an overnight. That amount of, we can't sell stuff for $10. Cool stuff for $10. That gone, no question.
I know, it's like that went like quick, and then like I've got all these other items that are just sitting. But I did have one good, like earlier this year, I sold 2 lamps that went for $1,000. And I bought them almost 3 years ago for $20.
Yeah, it was a long tail.
But it sat for a long time. And I was looking at them and I'm thinking, like, are these ever going to sell? Like, should I just lower the price? Should I just get rid of them? No, 3 years later they sold. And you talk. I'll be right back.
You're going to give Louis his water right now.
Louis wants some.
Naoko says, is the artist still alive? Yes, George Perez is still alive. He does conventions, I think, still. And if I can get something signed by him, I sure as heck would. I definitely have an autographed picture, print that he did from years ago, which is nothing like the art, but original art. Everyone's looking at the cats. That's funny. Yes, Perez is definitely one of the masters, Sean. Exactly. And James Wimmer said it's another KFC Festivus miracle. Yeah, well, we'll be able to afford our bills for another month. That is definitely a good thing.
All right.
So yeah.
Louis good now.
Good.
All right, so I'll show some of the other things we picked up, and then we could wrap that up, and then we could talk about Mummy and the Monkey, behind the scenes things and updates, and
sounds good.
Stuff like that.
All right, what you got there?
So I have some things wrapped up here that are breakables.
These are fresh out the Goodwill.
Fresh from the Goodwill.
He's the coolest thing.
He's very cool. All right, I paid $2.29 for this guy. I'm peeling the sticker.
$2.29.
$2.29. He's about 8 inches tall. He's a little figure.
You're welcome.
Stop it. Ederly, bone china made in England, Bahamas policeman. So, Ederly.
That's good mojo right there.
Ederly. There's the tag.
I think you can get more than what you said to me earlier.
This is a China figurine. It's a breakable figurine,
really
but it's
cool.
painted nice. It's really detailed, and I'm like, there's something cool about him. So I looked him up, and yeah, he is very cool. It looks like one sold last month for $66.
And that's a $2 investment.
And I paid $2.29 for this little guy.
Well, I hope you sold that quickly.
So yeah, I'm that he's cool. And then I picked this up. These don't really go for a whole heck of a lot, but purple tags were half off. This was half off of 79 cents.
Purple tags. Purple tags.
And it's a yellow milk glass mug. It's a milk glass little coffee mug from the 60s. I do look for milk glass. Some of them I collect, some I sell. So I just thought that was cute for like 40 cents.
Please be careful with him.
Oh yeah.
He's scaring me. Wrap him back up.
Look here.
Or like, give me a wrap.
You put him somewhere safe. He is very cool.
Thank you.
I just, he's a nice painted figure. And it's a good maker's mark, a good company that made them too. All right, this has no maker's mark on it. It's chalkware. It's a Mary. You know, it's a religious piece. There's a chalkware Mary figure. I have sold religious pieces in the past that are vintage chalkware, and it looks nice. The paint job on it looks nice. I paid $3.39.
Nice.
And I'm gonna try between $15 to $20, but we don't know for sure until it actually sells.
All right, here you go. Take them back.
Oh! You tricked me. I saw that pop can. You tricked me. It took me a minute. I'm like, what the?
I was trying to find something that would sound like a little statue.
It was going to be so bad. And you were telling me to be careful with them.
The audience, I hope they're getting what I was like looking out there going, watch this.
You're so mean.
Tony says I'm so bad.
You're so bad. Okay, these little plates are just adorbs, and they were 79 cents each.
Dave was asking all the good reselling questions. She wants to know if the milk glass is the kind that like the uranium glass, and it's not.
Oh no, uranium glass or Vaseline glass is different. It glows under black light, and it has like a green tint to it. Milk glass has like a milky white color.
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, and it doesn't glow under anything. It's just there.
Yeah.
But I should bring them over. There's some cool vintage milk glass or antique milk glass that I've found. But these little plates I got for 80 cents. It says Forever Yours by Brock of California. I found these like as we were getting ready to go today. And it looks like, piecing these out could be good, maybe $15 to $20. And I paid 80 cents each for them. Yeah, I don't normally deal with plates, but every now and then if you find like certain patterns, I guess. And I'm no expert with that stuff. I'm learning as I go with some of these breakables.
What's funny is that we went in there with the intention of being there for 15 minutes because we had to do other things and then come do the podcast.
Yeah. We were there for like 45 minutes.
Because it seemed a little full. I mean, the
shelves were full. There was no supply shortage at the Goodwill.
No way.
They had a lot of stuff, and they had guys there putting out stuff.
All the time.
Cartloads. And the cool thing is, I was talking to one of the guys. He must have saw me like checking the ceramics.
He was trying to talk to you.
Maybe. But either way.
Then I blocked him.
No. Either way,
I thrift blocked him.
Oh, stop. He said he sells on Etsy. So a Goodwill employee told us that he sells things on Etsy, and he was telling me about Viking glass and certain maker's marks and things like that. So I thought that was cool. That even though he's a seller too, he's like, oh yeah, this one's cool and this and that, and like giving me information. So it's nice when some other people, like, you run into other resellers and they're, they're more friendly and they'll tell you what they found, and it's not as competitive or as...
We've discussed that fantasy among many others, but the one about working at the thrift store.
Yeah, so he works there and then sells online.
But how do you do that?
How can you do that? I would want to take home everything.
That you can't touch. I mean, unless you're sneaky but who?
Well, I think if you work at these thrift stores, you have to wait so long before you could buy something.
That would kill me. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I would want to buy everything that comes in.
We won't go into detail, but we've had our own little like discussions. Like if we did, we'd have to work out this deal if we worked there. It would be totally fair.
Can they just pay us in stuff?
Hey,
let us get first dibs.
First dibs, and I'm here early.
Pay me in stuff, and I'll work all day.
You will have you pay me $1, so you have to technically pay me something.
Right.
But give me them first dibs, man. Give me and whatever I can fit in this crate, and that's it, or something like that. We can work out a real good deal.
I thought I bought a few other things. Maybe that was it. The My Little Ponies.
Where were you brought those in? I think. They're in a bag. They're on the.
Yeah, I bought a bag of My Little Ponies.
Yeah,
but that's okay. They're girly. You guys don't care.
We should move on.
Anyway, we'll continue on now. We'll read a few comments and then we'll continue on.
Barbie.
Bobby says, I remember about 10 years ago, I got assigned artwork from Stan Lee when they held a contest about what Peter Parker's job he could do with his powers. He got fired from his job.
Anything signed by Stan probably has some value.
Oh, I'm sure that has value. I mean, Stan Lee is awesome, and he was a legend, and now he's gone. So.
Yeah, he's one of the people I would have loved to have met. I don't know why. Anytime that he was at any conventions I was ever at, God, those lines were miles long. It was insane.
It was.
So I was like, yeah, I want to meet him, but whatever. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I never got to meet him. That is. I wish I could have met him.
I'm the comic book. I'm the one. I'm drawing.
Yeah, I wish I could have met Zachary. But yeah, never got to meet him.
Horror host, extraordinaire.
We met Elvira once, never got to meet Zachary.
Speaking of horror hosts, there's these other two people on the internet called the Mummy and the Monkey.
Oh yeah, I've heard of those chumps.
I feel like talking about
those wannabes
them right now. Let's talk about those jokers.
Yeah, those scoundrels.
Okay, so on the Mummy and the Monkey stuff. If you're done with eBay, yeah?
Yeah, I'm all done with eBay.
All right, Mummy and Monkey, what's up with them?
Well, we're going to have a pajama party this Friday.
Woohoo!
Woo! So yeah, I mean, we're going to be like all happy and, chill from Thanksgiving. Ooh. So we figured, let's have a pajama party this Friday.
That's right. And on last week's show, on our last episode, we were asking people, we're telling them that and saying if you would like to participate by sending us photographs of you in your jammies.
Yes.
You can send them to themummyandthemonkey@gmail.com, and we'll put together a little collage of. And I don't think we've gotten any submissions yet, but it probably won't. But that's okay.
Well, we might. It's still early, and it is a holiday week. So who knows how many will even watch this Friday because of holiday travels and family visits and whatnot. But
and nothing sheer unless you're a guy.
What?
Unless you got a lot of hair.
It has to be within YouTube guidelines.
Well, we're not going to, obviously, if you send us something filthy, we're not going to show it. But, and no one's going to do that.
No. Hope Grimm is wearing bottoms.
Well, you have to tune in to find out.
He'll be wearing like a fluffy negligee and something pink and frilly. No, I'm just kidding. No, we're gonna we have to find some fun pajamas.
She's saying Mummy and Monkey took your jobs. Singing the South Park boy.
Are you guys at the December 4th one-day show? Yes, Sean, we will be at the December 4th one-day show. We're excited about that. We're gonna have the comic books available for the one-day show, and soon, probably this week or next week, we're going to have them available online for sale.
Yeah, keep an eye out for that. We just printed a bunch more up, so.
We did. We got some more printed.
I'll be sweating away putting together comical books. Just know that Grimm Gorri puts the comic books together by hand.
Yes, or by paw.
Yeah, and farts around them and stuff, so there's that.
Yes, it will be genuine.
Fart in the bag.
Yeah, there we go. What else was I going to say now? You distracted me with that.
Mummy Monkey.
Our DVDs. Party, so we're going to have Skits and Giggles Volume 1, Skits and Giggles Volume 2, and some of our Halloween specials at the Cinema Wasteland one-day show, along with, if we have any cool, I think we had some horror books, like some horror movie
Whatever
books.
We could dig up that we
might have some other collectibles there, too.
Yeah.
For the one-day show, because it is a collectible show, and it's it's more fun, and it's a little more laid back than the regular Cinema Wasteland 3-day show.
Yeah.
And it's only $5 to go. And what's cool is you can go and shop during the day and visit and talk with people, and then in the evening they're going to play 2 movies on an actual projector.
Have those been announced yet? I had to check.
Yeah, I don't know the movie titles right now.
It doesn't matter. We'll
Yeah.
Tony it says, Greg gives me an excuse to wear my wife's lingerie. Sure. And Bobby's way ahead. Bobby's like wanting to know what we're showing on Christmas. We don't know yet.
We don't know yet for Christmas.
I've got a couple ideas. And it won't be Santa Claus versus the Martians.
No, it might be something else.
There's some fun stuff that we got a hold of that if it checks out, it should be pretty fun.
Yeah, we're still sorting through some films that part of a film package we purchased.
And what would it matter what we show? You're going to be hanging out with us. It'd be Christmas, and then we got a whole. And then after that, immediately following Christmas is New Year's, which we have to do something because it'll be our 4-year anniversary.
Our 4-year anniversary of the Hairy Scary Hangover. So we have to do something fun with that.
Yes. So
yeah,
it's just back-to-back fun these next couple months. Well.
All right. So yeah, we still have to send out the. Oh, this is something else I picked up. I forgot about that.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah. So this is really strange, and I bought it because it's very strange. I've never seen it.
Oh, why would they sell that?
So. It was $4.49, but it's all brass, and it's a shoehorn. But it's not just any shoehorn. It says MGM Grand Hotel.
Down a little bit. In front of the lens. There you go.
MGM Grand, and it has the lion face on it. And I'm like, that's really unique.
Like, God, did somebody
like a souvenir piece? Or maybe this was in the hotel room back in the day, and someone took that home with them?
I don't think it was sold. I bet you
money, someone took that home.
That was something that was in a suite.
And
that was a little more upscale.
And they threw it in their suitcase.
Well, yeah, because who visited there and said, you know what, that was a great trip to Vegas. Man, I had a lot of fun. We gambled, we partied, we got crazy. And if I just had a brass shoehorn from that hotel.
The lettering on it's kind of cool, too. And I don't know if I wouldn't say it's deco.
That's one of those things that
it's very unusual, so I'm going to have to do some research on this.
That's one of those things that when you're making tchotchkes and crap to sell at a gift shop, it's the last thing that you just slap something on.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have anything cast in brass.
Yeah, but that's definitely brass. But it's just very unique, so I had to grab it because I've never seen anything like that.
Like a bottle opener with MGM, yeah, it makes sense. But
a shoehorn?
A shoehorn? Why do you?
They had to be something in some luxury, hotel room there.
Yeah, maybe it was one of the little perky things that was there, because they weren't gonna have anything cheap in the nicer rooms. Anyway, who knows?
Anyways, but Mummy and the Monkey, Saturday, December 4th, 2021, we will be at the Cinema Wasteland one-day collectible show.
Yes, we will.
It's a collectible show and double feature retro movie night. The movies I don't know, but if you guys want more information, you can always go to cinemawasteland.com. It's all there.
Yes.
And then that will be the last appearance of 2021.
Yes.
And then we're going to make some appearances in 2022 in the spring.
Yes.
Winter time is kind of slow because of the weather and everything. And that's okay. It gives us a couple months to kind of just focus on our online videos, to focus on things here.
Someone said we need a matching skull that big for this side.
Oh, well, we'll have to look for a match for him. He's cool. Scully is definitely cool. He stands out in the video there.
Scully needs a molder.
Yeah, maybe he does need a molder.
No, that's a she, isn't it?
Or she. Scully. Yeah, this is a she. I'm sorry.
We need a molder skull. Well, you know what? Who knows what we'll find out in our next excursion?
Maybe we'll find another giant skull. It's just so fun. I'm like, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah. Our movie this week, like you said, we'll announce it soon. But
we'll probably announce it tomorrow night.
If it pans out, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
We have to make sure it's okay with YouTube first.
Yeah, we have to ask YouTube. But anyway, clear it and make sure.
We have to ask the great oracle that is YouTube. Oh, great YouTube!
But yeah, so we'll do that. What else?
Okay, so the comic books, the one-day show, the pajama party.
And then I got a surprise.
Oh, okay. So I did make a post the other day on our fan page on the Mummy and the Monkey group because Saturday morning and Sunday morning roll around. No, I posted it Saturday. So Saturday morning.
This is the third. Is this the third week we've broadcast on YouTube?
I think the third or fourth week we've been running the shows on YouTube instead.
Switched over. And
there was, I'll just say there were some grumpy people that liked to, some people just really love to complain. Or they love to be a critic, or they love to try to knock you down. They love to troll you. And I wasn't having any of it. I'm not putting up with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not putting up with that crap.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone has tech questions regarding YouTube, how to watch us, or making a YouTube account, we can help you to the best of our abilities. We even had a fan. A fan was even nice enough to make a video on how to make a YouTube account, how to sign into YouTube.
There was some
to watch
concern.
us.
There was some concern about if you use the YouTube app, you have to give your email, and that gives them access to all your contacts. Which the obvious, simple solution would be to create and I'm not saying to do it, but create an account that maybe doesn't have as much information on it.
To make a separate account just for maybe watching videos.
Signing into YouTube. And then that's it. It's really that simple.
Mm-hmm.
I've created, and sometimes you'd use like a name for like a business or something, or like or a hobby. Maybe you want your personal email different from your gaming email. So you just use your gaming handle.
Yeah.
That's it. There's nothing illegal about it.
Nothing wrong about doing that. No. And it's still free to watch. It's not like we're switching over to a paid thing where you have to subscribe, or it's not like a Netflix thing. It's just, hey, go on this other site to watch us instead. And if you could go on Facebook all day sharing what you ate for breakfast and sharing every single detail, and then going on our page or our group and complaining, you could figure it out. It's really simple. We can help you with it. Let's find a solution rather than I'm going to whine on Facebook and do that. That's not cool.
Because, as much as I liked being on Facebook and doing the show on there, it's not really set up for that yet. I mean, they're trying to be a YouTube, like a platform with them, but it's such a scrolling sort of thing.
Yeah.
Even though you can schedule an event and someone click on your page and just sit there and watch it, it's still, there's a lot of distractions going on. YouTube is probably less like that.
Yeah.
And it's set up definitely for streaming. And
for actually like watching, you can easily watch YouTube on your TV with like a Roku, or if you have a smart TV with it built in. I think even like the Fire Stick, you can access YouTube.
Here's another thing. I think a lot of people don't realize how far the technology has come from just the last several years. You could not have done any of this kind of stuff.
I could take like a YouTube video from my phone and send it to my TV.
Yes.
Like it's just so cool now.
I think it's pretty neat.
You can do with like watching your shows and setting it up and stuff.
Now, is that the whole devil in disguise thing? That's they make it fun. That's why they got you. Well, maybe, but whatever.
Well, maybe, but fun. If you're on Facebook, they're taking. If you're worried about your information, like. All your information's on Facebook.
Yeah.
If you're sharing every detail on Facebook and complaining about things on Facebook, they have all your information already. Whoever they is.
Real quick, and here's another thing I'd like to bring up too, without getting too preachy or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's a realization. And this was just several years ago. It wasn't that long ago. I'm talking about maybe 6 to 7 years ago at the most.
Yeah.
I remember sitting in an office and I was working at a certain place, and it was just like a bullpen sort of thing, and all of us were complaining about cable.
Right.
Where we couldn't, and
where you were thinking of getting rid of cable.
Yes, and for the longest time, anyone that's had cable, the cable companies had you by the you-know-what, okay? You couldn't say, I want this. You couldn't cherry pick your own package. They said, for this amount, you'll get all these channels, but for the next tier, you'll get this. And it's like, yeah, but they know what's popular, and they'll put the popular stuff in the higher tiers.
Yeah, I remember 10, 15 years ago saying, why can't we just pick and choose the channels
Everyone
we watch? I don't want to pay for all the channels. I just want some channels.
But guess what you can do now on YouTube? You can pick what you want to watch.
You can pick the channels you want to watch.
You can find stuff you like, and you can say, I like this person, that person, this entertainment. These people show old movies and just the old movie. There's channels like that out there. There are hundreds of thousands of channels that you can cherry pick just on YouTube alone, and not even mentioning the other streaming platforms. It's crazy now, and that's why I don't complain about it, because I can finally customize my playlist, my watching, whatever I want to watch, no matter if it's on cable or if it's on streaming. I can just pick all the shows I like, and the entertainment. We mostly watch YouTube anymore. We watch other people's shows that they put together themselves.
We watch a lot of YouTube channels.
Indie stuff.
Whether it's independent horror channels, movie reviewers,
or resellers.
Or other resellers, other junk pickers, other dumpster divers.
Tiger King. No.
Oh, we watched that on Netflix. I was hooked on Tiger King.
Oh boy.
That is like the ultimate trash TV. But
the rabbit hole of tired.
Oh my goodness, crazy stuff.
But so I think it's interesting. Like it seems like the more is offered, the stranger some people get about the amount. You know, it's almost like when we're at
well, here's the thing: people are afraid of change. People don't like if they were used to watching us on Facebook, and some of them liked it, and then we switched to YouTube. Some people are going to complain, but
sure,
it's content that we are providing pretty much for free. Some people will buy our merchandise. Some people might do something nice like tip us on here with the super chats, which is very nice. We don't ask you to, but you can if you would like to. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, we do this for free.
And I've seen this happen before, which it's a very bizarre, and I've even done it too. But like, this is a weird comparison, but bear with me. Like at a flea market, you know, people will bitch about the prices and stuff sometimes, right? And then someone will put out a box of free stuff, and people will look at it and walk by it. Now, it's not necessarily all junk, but there's some weird thing like, well, I'm not going to look through that. It's free.
Oh, I always look through the free stuff.
Well, yeah, we do.
Because sometimes we find nice things.
But I've seen people try to give decent stuff away, and they won't even take it for free.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's read some comments, and then we should probably wrap this up. And then we need to stop complaining.
I want to show something though.
Okay. Well, hold on. I'm going to read some things. Yeah. Movies play better here than on Facebook.
Yes,
says Tony.
that's what we're hearing too. So.
Toy Painter says I watch more YouTube than broadcast TV anymore. Yeah. Exactly.
A lot of people.
Roast Beef says you got Rumble and BitChute as well. Oh, I guess those are other ways to watch things.
Tons of things.
Sean says you guys should never have to apologize for free content. Wherever it arrives, it has arrived. Thank you, Sean. Thanks for understanding. Bobby says, I got some stuff I posted on YouTube, family friendly. Oh, cool, Bobby. Thank you. We'll have to check. I guess he put some videos out. Tony says, Facebook is still full of trolls who just love to go on fan pages and badmouth what the fans like in that group. LOL.
Well, and one other thing, another big reason why the switch, and I was a little bit apprehensive about it before until Janet said this one thing. The one thing happened, the 1 week we were on Facebook, the last time we were on Facebook, Facebook's API, whatever they call it,
their AI or their algorithm,
API, whatever it's called,
whatever filters they have,
it cannot distinguish between an actual threat and a line from a movie. Okay. Or if you call somebody, and if you repeat a line in a movie, if we're watching our show, if you guys are watching.
So let's say, like, because when we were on Facebook back in October, this happened where we were playing a zombie movie. Someone was commenting on the zombie, calling the zombie ugly, and they got a 30-day suspension.
Facebook suspended their account for 30 days.
30 whole days. They couldn't access their account.
Now,
how wrong is that?
Do we want to be a show that's known for getting people's, you know, and
we don't want to be the show that gets people a 30-day suspension just for calling a zombie ugly.
Yeah,
that's really ridiculous.
So right away, it's a no-brainer because on YouTube you can assign moderators to your chats, and they can filter out a suspicious line or something that might not be kosher.
Yes.
Or we can.
Yeah. So we can filter out the comments rather than having Facebook do it.
There's nothing we could do to get the person out of Facebook jail.
Another person said that they quoted a line from a movie and they got a suspension as well.
Right. I peed my pants or something.
Yeah, I think they said I peed my pants.
And someone retyped that exact line that just aired.
Just repeating a line from the movie. And they got a suspension. And other similar stories. We've had a good chunk of fans message us and tell us that these things happen to them.
So we care about you so much that we don't want anyone to have to go through that again. So that's one of the biggest reasons why we're on YouTube.
Yes.
The moderation.
And then some people were saying, so let's say they weren't even suspended. Let's say their account's good and they're watching our show. A lot of people said that it lagged on Facebook. And we had some internet issues in the past, and we just thought, well, it must be Facebook. But then, sometimes it actually is Facebook. And in this case, people are saying that the YouTube stream seems to handle better than on Facebook.
No, there's some.
My stomach just growled.
Was that your stomach?
That was my stomach growling.
I looked back here. I thought it was someone the neighbor dragging their cans up the drive.
We need to eat dinner soon.
Like a lion in here. Someone started an MGM movie.
It was the cat. I'll blame the cat.
That was loud, baby.
Yeah.
We need to get some food.
We need food.
Some food. All right.
So we're gonna wrap this up and get something to eat.
Can I talk about that?
Oh yeah. Talk about something, and
so
then we'll go.
This kind of goes back to us being like scavengers and eBayers and stuff like that, or just overall, junk pickers in general. But a few weeks ago, I only told a few people about this, but I'm just gonna talk about it now because I'm too excited about it, and hopefully I'll be getting to it soon. A few weeks ago, driving to the store, saw stuff on a curb. Guy putting junk on a curb, cleaning out a garage. So I'm like, brakes go on. I got my mom in the car. We're going to the grocery store. I'm going, and we still have stuff in the back of my car that we never took out from whatever we did, thrifting or something. Big bags in there.
Okay.
Basically, I filled up and I said, hey, okay if I take stuff? He goes, yeah, I put an ad on Craigslist. This is all like a curb alert thing. So I took found a bunch of vintage Christmas and cool stuff. And he said, yeah, I got more in the garage. You can come back and look in there, la la. And I'm walking back there, and I see, not in the garage, not on the curb, but in the garbage cans, okay? Is it the recycle can and the regular garbage can? I saw a bunch of, reel-to-reel tapes.
Reel-to-reel audio tapes.
Audio tapes.
Yeah.
So
you grabbed the whole box.
They were loose. They weren't even in the box. They were just dumped in there.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, okay. And they were on the top, though, which is good, the tippy top. There wasn't mixed up with all the glass and other garbage in there. So I grabbed all of them. I put them in, didn't think anything of it. We're out cleaning the garage, we're cleaning outside, and then it's in the garage. And I just started looking through them.
Okay.
And I got to this one tape here.
So when are you going to play that tape there?
Oh, I cannot wait. But, okay, so...
Because there's other tapes you need to play in archive as well.
There's other cool stuff, but this one, this is what we always talk about. People that have stuff like this don't know they have it or don't think it's anything.
They don't think it's of anything and then they toss it. They throw it away.
Or the ones that do have it and it's all for me and they don't want to share it with anybody because I want to keep it for me and I don't want anyone to sell it or whatever their issues are.
Yeah.
And they hoard all this stuff that's basically, especially if it's local and would only mean stuff to people in this area, no matter where it is in the world. Those are the worst people though that just hoard it all.
Well, there's not many of them.
Well, there's at least one giant one. Anyway,
well, you're referencing one person.
I know, but me with that.
So let's not talk about that.
So you ready for this?
Let's continue on.
This tape, with any luck, will have this on it. But check. So I take this tape out and I lift it up, and inside the box, this is written: WHK Halloween Spooktacular 1960, which could mean that it's the Mad Daddy. Pete Myers that was on the radio. Maybe. Doesn't matter. This WHK is a local station. This might be, it says on sides 1 and 2, when
I see that tape hanging like that,
fine. I got it.
I hope that plays okay.
It'll be fine.
I mean, if that could be something really good.
I know.
So, you need to definitely document that.
Yes. So
archive it, digitize it, everything.
I am dying to put this into the reel-to-reel.
We have a lot of reel-to-reels. I have 8mm film.
Yeah,
I have Super 8 film that's like weird old home movies. There's a lot of stuff to sort through.
So this is going to be really exciting if this really is some
Tony says Pete Myers was only around in 58 or 59.
What, in Cleveland?
He says, I think, yeah.
Well, you have to check it. It doesn't even matter.
So that might be someone else hosting.
It doesn't even matter. It's
still from a radio show in 1960.
Cleveland radio, WHK, which he was on. But who knows? Maybe he recorded.
Well, let's look up to see when he was on the air.
Absolutely will.
We have to research that.
So much excitement in that. It doesn't even matter. But to hear a program that was taped off the radio in 1960, Halloween centric, the commercials on there, who knows?
It could be really good, but
let's go.
We have there's just like so much.
Yeah, this stuff just finds us, folks. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. It's fun.
I'm hungry, so
let's go.
Let's wrap things up. Thank you guys for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe. We do appreciate you, and we will see you Friday. Happy Thanksgiving!
Woohoo!
Mwah.
Happy
Bye.
Turkey Day, y'all! You okay?
Are you all right?
What do we have?